Hello, everyone. Today, I'll explain how to use cartoon rigging. Here first, there's a model of the entire character. First, let's use our AI recognition feature to identify his body and hands. Obtain the positioning information of his body. To facilitate the creation of cartoon rigging. To do this, let's switch to the front view. Be sure to turn off the FrameWire display if there are problems during recognition, such as the body or hands can't be found. You can change the display mode until recognition is achieved. You can try using the clay mode or the default mode. Alright, let's start by recognizing the body. We can see that it has identified the body's key points. And some points has been created based by the recognition result. Now, based on these key points, we can proceed with positioning. Certainly, AI recognition isn't always perfectly accurate, so some manual adjustments may be necessary. This way, we can generate a more accurate cartoon rigging. Now, let's navigate the camera and let it look at the left hand. Click on this to recognize the hands. Alright, it has generated the hand positioning points. At this point, we need to manually align the positions of all key points. First, let's adjust the waist point. This one is called hip, indicating the position of the waist. Try to place it at the position of the waist. Here, this is the left upper leg. Please notice, all the points it created are for the left side, so place them to the left of the character. This is the root of the thigh. Try to position it parallel to the waist. First, let's position it from the front view. And then, next one, lower leg, which is the knee position. Place it here. Here's extra one called neck, indicating the position of the neck. This one is foot. Place it at the ankle first. This is heel. Place it in this position. It locates the heel. There's one in purple color called toe, with end in the name, indicating the position of the toes, which is the end point of the foot. Align it with this. We are looking at it from the front view, and they should overlap. It's correct. We'll fine-tune it from the side view later. This one is for the shoulder point. Let's position it. There's also upper arm, which is the uppermost part of the arm. And this one is a position of the scapula or shoulder. You can place it here. This one can be placed at the start point of upper arm. Alright, then there is lower arm here. That's the elbow. Place it in this position. This one is hand. Usually it's the wrist. These are the positions for the fingers, but let's first finish the vertebrae. The first one is hip point. The second is spine point. Put it here. AAA. Generally, the vertebrae consist of 3 parts. Additionally, there is extra spine 1. Spine 1 doesn't participate in the movement, so its position doesn't matter much, but try to place it on the average position. There's another chest point. This one is head. Let's place it here. This is a third point for the chest. At this point, we ignore the spine one. Let's not worry about it. The main determination is based on these 4 points: hip, spine, chest, and neck points. So generally, divide these 3 parts equally. Move them all down a bit. Place this spine 1 point back in the middle. As long as it's in the middle, any position is fine. And the neck point should ideally be in this position. Let's check it in the perspective view. A little bit upper position. For the head point, let's check it in the side view. Try to place it at the connection point of the head and neck. This can make it make a better twisting motion. And this is the neck point, the connection point between neck and chest. Now, switch to the front view. Adjust it slightly. Then, let's adjust the position of the arm. Switch to the top view. Place it in the middle of the entire arm volume. It's better seen in the perspective view. Including the clavicle, try to pull it over. At this point, adjust the elbow point. Move it back a bit. At this point, we'll recognize an angle. To determine this as the elbow, creating it will then be correct. Adjust the position of the arm and wrist. This is the connection between the palm and the wrist. Good, let's adjust the entire fingers. Try to drag the outermost bone to the fingertip. Including each joint to its place. In general modeling, wires are denser at some joints. Place them in denser areas. This way, the character bound will move better. Deformation will be more natural. Adjust it appropriately. We only need to pose the left side of the character. The right side can be mirrored over. So, for now, it only supports characters with left-right symmetry. Okay, let's set up the feet. Switch to the right view. Adjust it a bit. Including the knee, move it slightly forward. This way, the bones have an angle. And the ick knows which direction to move. This is the ankle. Here's the toes. This is the middle point of the foot. This end is the tip of the toe. This is for thicker shoes. You can lift it up a bit. It's also fine to leave it below. It depends on your preference. Heel, place it at the back of the foot. This is also for calculating the ick. It needs the position of this point. Good. Now, for the spine. Let's make some slight adjustments front and back. All right, we've adjusted it. Let's click the Build Complete Bone button. It will create the points on the right side symmetrically. Good. The points on the right side have been created. This feature is symmetrical. For example, if you move a point on the left side, you can click this button, and the points on the right side will be symmetrical to the left side. Switch to the Cartoon panel. Now you can create its cartoon binding, including the whole BoneIF controller. Let's click Create Rig. Wait a moment. It will create a cartoon binding based on the position points. Done. Let's hide the character. Here, there are some options for scaling bones, IFK switching, and the marker points. We can hide the marker points. Here is the FK for the hand. Here we can switch. This is IFK. You can see this purple one. This is our bound bone. You can see the stretching effect, including the legs. These bones stretch. They are stretched. The first step of creation is here because there is no automatic weighting function yet. So you need to manually brush the weights. Manually set it up. This will bring it back to the original position. To add binding bones here, just use this skin option. Add them here. Add all the binding bones you need. For all the names, there will be a box at the front. You just need to select all the bones with box in the name. Alright, we can add them directly. Currently, there is no automatic weight calculation function, so you need to manually adjust the weights. This is the basic process for creating cartoon rigging. Thank you, everyone.